working pretty hard all year, so it all pays off in the end.
I just want to savor the moment with these guys here today.
Step into the light, 'cause I need to see you. Oh, how I've longed to be here, lost in those eyes of yours. Help me build a fire. Let's just pause the world. We can write our story where it's all possible.
Create a legacy that helps people realize, yes, women can do it, and yeah, it's really cool when women do it.
I wish I could feel this way forever.
Players champion, Randy Ferbey team from Edmonton.
I feel you flowing through my veins.
Whatever you have, be thankful, be respectful.
If we could just stay right here forever. These are the greatest moments where it's all possible.
Undisputed champion of the world!
If we could just stay right here forever.
The greatest ice dance team the world has ever seen.
Feel you safe here in my arms. It's all I need.
Bonjour et bienvenue à la 67e. Oui, bien sûr, on applaudit. Bonjour et bienvenue à la 67e remise annuelle des prix de l'Ordre du sport présentée par Everest. My name is Sylvie Bigras and I'm pleased to be your announcer for this morning's celebration and to welcome you all here in Gatineau, Quebec, and across the country to the 67th Annual Order of Sport Awards presented by Everest. Nous aimerions prendre un moment pour rendre hommage aux gardiens originaux de ces terres. We are grateful to be visitors to the unceded territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin, whose presence here dates back to time immemorial, and whose land holds great historical, spiritual, and sacred significance. Nous reconnaissons que les Anishinaabe Algonquins sont les gardiens et les défenseurs traditionnels du bassin de la rivière des Outaouais et de ses affluents, ainsi que des communautés locales de Kitigan-Zibi et Pikwakanagan. Nous saluons leur hospitalité légendaire sur ce magnifique territoire et nous les remercions de leur générosité et de leur collaboration. As Canada's only National Museum of Sport, in partnership with this amazing Canadian Museum of History, both national heritage organizations, we would also like to take this time to honor and acknowledge all of the other vast, diverse, and resilient First Nations, Métis, and Inuit communities with whom we work and the traditional territories and lands on which we work. Nous sommes reconnaissants de votre amitié, de votre collaboration et de votre partenariat, et nous nous engageons à travailler ensemble sur la voie de la vérité et de la réconciliation. Miigwech, merci. Thank you. Mesdames et messieurs, accueillons maintenant Rose Stratford du club de ski de fond Nakurtok pour l'interprétation de notre hymne national. Veuillez, s'il vous plaît, vous l'avez? Please rise for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand
Accueillons maintenant les animateurs de cette célébration. Please welcome your hosts for this morning's celebrations presented by Everest. Hall of Famer and Order of Sport recipient, la sénatrice Chantal Petitclerc, and CBC Sports' Scott Russell.
Bonjour à tous ceux et celles ici présents avec nous dans la spectaculaire Grande Galerie du Musée canadien de l'Histoire à Gatineau, au Québec, ainsi qu'à tous ceux et celles qui se joignent à nous de partout au pays dans le monde grâce à la diffusion en direct et en continu. Scott, quel plaisir d'être ici avec toi pour rendre hommage à des Canadiens exceptionnels.
Chantal, what a pleasure it is to be here with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Chantal Petitclerc, 21 Paralympic medals, 14 of them gold. Senator Chantal Petitclerc. And I don't know about you, but we're at the Canadian Museum of History, and that national anthem by Rose Stratford deserves another round of applause. She was fantastic. What a special day for sport and for this country, Chantal. Integral to the fabric of this nation, sport can be such a unifying force to bring us all together. And we are thrilled to be hosting this morning's event from this beautiful venue, the Canadian Museum of History. And we are grateful to our partners at UFC who are helping to share this celebration with thousands of students, sports fans, and communities across this wonderful country.
Le Panthéon des sports canadiens est le seul musée national du sport de notre pays et il a une mission très importante, celle de sélectionner tous les ans un groupe d'athlètes et de bâtisseurs qui recevront l'Ordre du Canada, le plus grand honneur sportif au Canada. Bien que l'excellence dans le sport soit essentielle pour être admissible à l'Ordre du sport, ce prix reconnaît surtout la passion et la volonté d'exceller au-delà de la victoire.
And fitting for a museum like this, an ancient guy like me, I've been a member of the selection committee for Canada's Sports Hall of Fame since anybody can remember. It is an honor every year to pore over the hundreds of public nominations received and to deliberate which individuals, which teams, and which trailblazers should be selected to receive this country's highest sporting honor, the Order of Sport, making up an annual class of athletes and sport builders who have helped to build up their communities, our community, and our country through the power of sport. And who better to speak to the role that sport and this remarkable class have on this country?
Mesdames et messieurs, nous prions maintenant d'accueillir le très honorable Justin Trudeau, Premier ministre du Canada.
Hello everyone, bonjour à tous, and welcome to the Order of Sport Awards. Today, we're recognizing the class of 2023. Il y a 67 ans a été créé le Panthéon des sports canadiens pour célébrer les gens comme vous, des athlètes et des bâtisseurs qui ont battu des records inimaginables, qui ont surmonté des obstacles et rassemblé les gens et qui ont guidé d'autres dans leur quête de grandeur. My friends, you are here for a reason. You're here because you are legends. Well, today, you join an inspiring group of athletes who represent Canada and our Maple Leaf. Félicitations et bienvenue au Panthéon des sports canadiens.
Thank you, Prime Minister. And ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Parliamentary Secretary to the Minister of both Sport and the Environment and Climate Change, Hall of Famer and Class of 22 member, Order of Sport recipient, and honorary co-chair of today's celebrations, please welcome Adam van Koeverden.
D'être ici avec vous tous et toutes. Merci pour l'introduction. What an amazing introduction. What an amazing place we are gathered. It's such an honor and privilege to be gathered here on the traditional territory of the Algonquin Anishinaabe, indeed traditional and unceded territory. And I dare say that this is a big upgrade of venue. Last year was really, really exciting. It was one of the best days of my life. But this is a beautiful place for this event, and it's also just an extraordinary place for the Order of Sport and the collection, which includes so many important artifacts of Canadian sport. So congratulations, but deep, deep gratitude. Thank you to our hosts, the Museum of History. This is absolutely amazing. So I bring greetings from across the river, the House of Commons. I don't need to bring greetings from the Right Honourable Justin Trudeau, our Prime Minister, because he already did, but Minister of Sport, Carla Qualtrough, really wanted to be here as well. We tend not to be able to be in the same place at once. Our jobs are such that we support each other when we can. But Carla Qualtrough is a Paralympian, a medalist in swimming, and an amazing advocate for sport as well, and it's a huge privilege for me to be working with her. I reflected this morning on my run as I ran past this building, and I've run past this building probably 100 times, but I've never been inside of it. What an extraordinary honor and privilege it was last year to be inducted into this class. It was the best day of my year. It might have been one of the best days of my life, being able to join a long list of people that I've looked up to for my whole life and will continue to look up to for years to come. The world needs Canada, now more than ever. It's been a really challenging couple of years and an extraordinarily challenging couple of weeks. And sport brings us together for common purpose, for common goals and aspirations. And I'm just so thrilled that this is being broadcast to tens of thousands of youth across the country. So to our youth, thank you for joining us. I hope that you're inspired by the speeches that you're going to hear today. I hope that you look into some of the athletes that maybe are new to you and aspire to join them in this hall or on the field of play one day. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for your support. Thanks to Canada's Sports Hall of Fame for preserving this very, very important institution. And once again, thanks to our host, Museum of History. It's absolutely extraordinary. Enjoy the day. Take care.
Mesdames, Messieurs, c'est maintenant le moment d'accueillir la présidente et chef de direction du Panthéon des sports canadiens, Cheryl Bernard.
Welcome all of you to the 67th Order of Sport Awards. Sport, when done right, is a force for good. It builds communities, it develops leaders, contributes to the economy, and promotes physical and mental well-being. It creates a sense of belonging and unity. We firmly believe that sport has the power to bring about positive change, to raise awareness about important causes, and makes a significant impact beyond just victories. Today, as we honor the exceptional class of 2023 with the prestigious Order of Sport Award, we celebrate greatness in sport and its profound benefit on communities. This class represents the diverse individuals and stories that have shaped Canadian sports. We thank you, the class of 2023, for your unwavering dedication, for sharing your journeys with us. You enrich our Order of Sport family, and we are deeply grateful for the contributions that you have made to Canada through your exceptional achievements as athletes and builders of sport. As we move forward, let us remember that our legacy is not just about our past, it is about the future. Together, we can ensure that the stories and the lessons and history of sport in our country endure, inspiring and guiding future generations. Together, we are making a difference. Thank you all for being here.
Merci. Thank you so much, Cheryl. Plus tôt ce mois-ci, le Panthéon des sports canadiens et le Musée canadien de l'histoire ont annoncé un partenariat monumental. Une collaboration entre deux institutions nationales vouées au patrimoine qui garantira que la richesse et que la riche histoire du sport de notre pays soit préservée pour les générations et générations à venir et que sa portée soit amplifiée.
And joining us to speak to the importance of this partnership and today's celebration, Chantal, please welcome Canada's Sports Hall of Fame Board Chair Bob Rooney and Canadian Museum of History's President and Chief Executive Officer Caroline Dromaguet.
Good morning and welcome to the Canadian Museum of History. Aujourd'hui, nous tenons la 67e édition du Prix de l'Ordre des Sports. C'est un honneur pour nous de vous accueillir dans cette prestigieuse institution qui a pour vocation d'aider la population canadienne à mieux comprendre son histoire et son identité. Le sport est un élément essentiel de notre identité commune. En tant que Musée national d'histoire du Canada, nous considérons que l'histoire du sport doit faire partie, elle aussi, du récit que nous étudions et représentons au musée. So we are thrilled to have acquired Canada's Sports Hall of Fame collection, now known as the Order of Sport Collection. This acquisition marks a pivotal milestone in preserving and presenting Canada's dynamic sport history. With this addition, the museum is now the premier hub for engaging with Canada's sports history. The collaboration between our two institutions provide us with a significant opportunity to share the exceptional stories, shared experiences, and iconic moments that unite and inspire our nation. Nous ne contentons pas seulement de préserver l'histoire, bien sûr, nous la présentons à la nation et nous la rendons pertinente pour toutes les personnes qui vivent au Canada. Et grâce à notre réseau national, la collection de l'Ordre du sport sera accessible à un plus grand nombre de musées à travers le pays, enrichissant ainsi notre compréhension collective de notre patrimoine sportif. Je vous remercie sincèrement, vous tous, et le gouvernement fédéral, de nous accueillir et de nous faire confiance avec cette collection d'une grande importance historique. So congratulations to the class of 2023 and on your well-deserved nomination and recognition. Thank you.
We're all here today because we believe in sport. Sport is a vehicle, a megaphone, a platform. And while sport has seen some challenging times, ultimately, at its foundation, sport is a powerful unifying force. Canada's Sports Hall of Fame is honored to be a curator of the stories of sport that have shaped and continue to shape this country. And because of all of you, we have been able to navigate an evolving world and expand the role we play in connecting the leaders of tomorrow to sports and valuable lessons. Working with hundreds of thousands of youth in classrooms and communities across this country through national education programs and resources. To our partners at the Canadian Museum of History, we look forward to a collaboration that will provide our organization with the capacity to reach more and more youth while ensuring the meticulous preservation and curation of the pieces of this country's rich sporting history. To our Board of Governors, Canada's Sports Hall of Fame team, Education Endowment champions, the Honourable Lois Mitchell, the 18th Lieutenant Governor of Alberta and President of the Royal Canadian Geographical Society, Andrea Shaw, Andy McCreath, David Lush, Kim Koss, and Michael Burns, and our community partners and sponsors. The co-chairs of today's celebration, Cecile Chung and Michael Burns, and honorary co-chair and Hall of Famer Adam Van Koeverden, you just heard from him, and our Hall of Famers. Your legacies truly are the driving force behind all we do. To some additional special guests here this morning, including His Excellency Ambassador Kanchi Yamanouchi and His Excellency Whit Fraser, welcome. Thank you for coming. And lastly, to the incoming class of 2023, it's an honor to recognize these remarkable role models, both in their respective sports and across the broader community. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bob and Carolyn. At this time, we'd like to invite Mark Duffey, CEO of Everest, an organization that is a true champion of sport and spirit in this country, and the presenting sponsor of this year's Order of Sport Awards. Mark.
Welcome, everyone. Today's a very special day. For the last couple of years, I've had this one circled on my calendar. It's a big importance. So I guess you all know I still have a paper calendar. I'm probably the only one in here that does. But it's not lost on me how great an honor it is to be up here on the stage with these individuals that had such a huge impact on both their sport and their community. Now, exactly a funeral concierge service doesn't exactly ring sport, you may be wondering, but we do have a common and shared goal, and that's to celebrate and cherish legacies and to recognize the power of the human spirit. So, brings us to these remarkable athletes that are going to be with us here shortly. The stories you're going to hear are hopeful, inspiring, and about overcoming challenges. So please help me welcome the class of 2023 who have all lived a life well played. Cheers.
Thank you so much, Mark. And you talk about legacy, and the legacy is in this room today, Chantal. So many national treasures of sport and of our culture are represented here today. I see so many familiar faces. With a nearly 70-year history of amplifying, promoting, and preserving the power of sport, Canada's Sports Hall of Fame has evolved immensely over the years. And right now, I invite you to enjoy this snapshot of the Hall's remarkable story.
August 24th, 1955, a special day for Canadians. Marked by a symbolic lighting of a flame, Canada's Sports Hall of Fame opens in Stanley Barracks at the CNE grounds in Toronto, bringing to Canadians pieces of our nation's sporting history.
As Canada's only national museum of sport, Canada's Sports Hall of Fame was founded on a commitment to preserve and share this nation's rich sporting history through the curation of artifacts and stories showcasing Canadians who have reached the pinnacle of sport. As we entered a challenging time without a home and constrained to boxes, Canada's Sports Hall of Fame was down, but definitely not out. With an army of passionate supporters at our back, education programs, digital content, and off-site exhibits were created, inspiring new pathways to connect to Canadians, channeling the perseverance of the Hall of Famers this institution was founded upon. Making a relocation west and establishing a physical presence in Calgary, Alberta, a city, a province, and a country rallied around a new era of Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. Recognizing the legacy of the nearly 700 Hall of Famers inducted in our first 65 years was bigger than one location. A new mission began with their stories, lessons, artifacts, and inspiration pouring into social media feeds, classrooms, and communities across the nation. Guided by the commitment to share these remarkable stories that help shape our country, the evolution of our story is most apparent in the ways we connect this nation to the transformative power of sport. Sharing the power of a Hall of Famer's story, their artifacts, their lessons, their good, and delivering that story in ways and in places where they are needed most. Connecting youth to a Hall of Famer's journey, sharing pieces of their story and how the passion for sport saved his life. Showing them that they too can achieve greatness in sport and life despite adversity, challenge, and circumstance. Amplifying stories that demonstrate resilience and leadership, sparking conversation in classrooms and at kitchen tables across this country. Nurturing the spirit and legacy of sport, providing a platform to nominate athletes, builders, and trailblazers who achieve greatness and are compelled to go beyond the win, the podium, the field, the ice rink. Recognizing those who give back to their communities as role models, educators, and leaders, and are deserving of Canada's highest sporting honor, the Order of Sport. Through the lens of sport, history is preserved, accomplishments are recorded, and stories are told. The impact of sport has the power to make us all better. Our nation inherits the stories Hall of Famers leave behind, and we are honored to play a role in sharing them. We are stewards of sport and history tellers. Be a part of our story.
What a national treasure this is, Chantal. And now it's time to celebrate the class of 2023. So here we go. One of the most successful teams in the history of the great Canadian pastime, that's curling, winning 3 World Men's Curling Championships, 4 Canadians Men's Curling Championships, that's the Brier, as you all know. This legendary foursome also innovated new strategies that left an indelible mark on curling's development.
Représentant le sport du curling dans la catégorie athlète, veuillez accueillir avec moi les récipiendaires de l'Ordre du sport et membres intronisés au Panthéon des sports canadiens, Randy Ferbey, David Nedohin, Scott Pfeiffer et Marcel Roch, le quatuor Ferbey.
Presenting the Order of Sport Award to the Ferbey Four are Mark Duffey and Mitch Nutting of Everest Funeral Concierge.
Boys. Good morning or good afternoon. What an honor this is for our team to receive this prestigious award today. It's something that we've never ever thought we would achieve, never thinking that we were good enough, but here we are today, and we got a lot of people to thank for that. There's probably hundreds of people that helped us along this journey. And unfortunately, I won't be able to mention a lot of them, but they're with our thoughts. I'd like to start off with thanking Cheryl and her committee here for putting on a wonderful event, a wonderful couple of days. It's kind of blown us away, actually. It's phenomenal. The selection committee. We've been hearing stories how difficult it is to get into this hall, and after hearing how many nominations you have and how many people are being nominated every year, it truly is remarkable that we're one of few athletes involved in this or got selected, and that we can't say enough about them, and we know how difficult it is to get in, and we really appreciate that. I'd like to congratulate the fellow inductees. I think it's a wonderful class. I think it's the best class ever to be inducted into this, and it's something we'll remember who went alongside us for years and years to come. I'd like to thank the person that nominated us. Her name is Jennifer Jones. She was unfortunately not able to come today because she's playing another event, and I know she's going to follow in our footsteps in the near future and be inducted alongside of us. So I'd like to thank Jennifer for that. Being inducted is very special to us. You know, again, we play the game because we love it, and we keep hearing stories how many people followed us and appreciated what we did, and we never, you know, we love the game so much, and if we could just encourage one person to follow in our footsteps, I think that we would consider ourselves lucky, and to have that happen. You know, that's all we want is people to continue playing the sport, or play the sport that we so love so dearly. One more. Raylene, Chantal, Heather and Wendy, our wives, obviously. I'd like them to stand up real quick. They allowed us to follow our dreams and goals, and without them, we would definitely not be standing up there. And if at times they probably believed in our dreams and goals more than we did at certain times, and we can't say enough about them. So on behalf of Marcel, Scott, Dave, and myself, we want to thank the committee again, Canada's Hall of Fame, for this wonderful, wonderful day and award. And we look forward to spending and seeing a lot of you later this afternoon and tonight. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Randy. Congratulations, Randy, David, Scott, Marcel. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, the Ferbey Four. Having a transformative impact on and off the basketball court as a decorated para-athlete, coach, activist, and artist, they changed the conversation surrounding queer people and people living with a disability in Canadian sport and culture.
À présent, représentant le sport du basketball en fauteuil roulant, veuillez accueillir avec moi Danielle Peers, récipiendaire de l'Ordre du sport et athlète intronisée au Panthéon des sports canadiens.
An absolutely fantastic athlete, Danielle was unable to join us here in Ottawa today, but shared this message thanks to our very good friends at CBC Sports.
I want to say thank you to Canada's Sports Hall of Fame for this incredible award. There are so many athletes who came before me and after me who deserve to be here, and at the same time I'm really grateful and humbled to be representing the sport that I love with this award. In my sport, it's a team sport, so no one wins a championship or an MVP or even sometimes scores a basket without somebody paving the way for them. And for me, I had many of those people. I had folks like Christina Jones who recruited me to the sport, and folks like Carla Tritton and Jen Krempian who taught me about the sport. I had so many great coaches, I had parents and partners who supported my passion. And also there were all the queer folks before me who may not have had the safety I had, but who always created an amazing space for me to be able to be out in sport in the way that I was. One thing that's really meaningful about this award for me is that it's not only recognizing my athletic accomplishments, but the advocacy I've been trying to do. Advocacy is also a team sport, and I've been part of some pretty incredible ones. I want to acknowledge the Recreation Collective and my partner Lindsay Eels, with whom I've done so much of the advocacy work recently. One thing that I really love about sport and that I also think is important about advocacy is that we work together collectively to try and be the best versions of ourselves, to push ourselves to do things we didn't think were possible. For me, in the sport context, that means all of us who are running sports program or in a place to shape sport in Canada, that we take this opportunity to be accountable for the harms and the exclusions that are done in sport's name, that we work actively against the kinds of threats to particular groups, the exclusions, like the threat happening to queer and trans youth right now, and become folks who actively support a more affirming and equitable, not only sporting experience, but that we become forces for creating more equitable and affirming experiences in our communities in general.
Merci, merci Danielle, une athlète qui fait toute une différence et qui a un impact important. Mentor, instructeur et entraîneur de haute performance emblématique, il a consacré une grande partie de sa vie au développement du judo au Canada et continue encore aujourd'hui à aider les nouvelles générations d'athlètes à réaliser leur potentiel.
How many great champions has this man produced? Representing the sport of judo as a builder, please welcome Order of Sport recipient and the inductee into Canada's Sports Hall of Fame for 2023, Sensei Hiroshi Nakamura.
Presenting the Order of Sport Award to Hiroshi Nakamura is Lindsay Dixon of Scotiabank.
Merci beaucoup pour cette importante reconnaissance. Chacun des nominés, un historique incroyable. Je suis fier de faire partie de groupe exceptionnel. Un sincère merci à la grande famille de Judo Canada, Judo Québec, le comité de nomination de Canada Sports Hall of Fame, le partenariat et le bénévole. Merci à vous tous. I'd like to share this recognition with Sports Canada that allow me to opportunity to coach many talented and dedicated judokas. Je apprécie beaucoup l'initiative de Nicolas Gill pour nomination pour cette énorme reconnaissance. Merci, Nicolas Gill. I would like to honor some people close to my heart. Roger Jackson, Olympian, Olympic gold medalist in rowing, 1964. He was director of Sports Canada in 1973. Enabled that creation of the ecosystem for an excellent judo program, include Rujani, Brad Farrow, and of course, Nicolas Gill made me famous. And John Richardson, City of Montreal, sponsored by Ville de Montréal. In 1985, Mr. Richardson found location to start Shidokan Judo Club. I am very grateful to Mr. Richardson. I must recognize Danny Gill and Dave Mahoney both worked very hard to build administration and foundation of the Shidokan Judo Club and elite judo programs. In 1968, I was invited to Canada by Terry Farnsworth, also 1972 Olympian. I'm grateful to Terry for his friendship and guidance. One of my objectives in Canada was to make judo as popular as hockey, but bar was very high. I think we're doing not too bad. I'm still working on it. I would like to add that every day at the dojo, we teach kids judo principle and importance of ambition, objective, and we encourage discipline and respect. My personal philosophy in Japanese, ichinichi isho, one day, one life. The general translation is to try your best effort every day, don't halfway, and don't give up. If you truly live this way, your life will be valued with no regret. On personal note, the second best decision I made, I was coming to Canada in 1968. However, the best decision I was made, married to my wife, Keiko, about over 50 years ago. I'd like to thank you to my wife for her patience and sacrifice. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup à tous.
Au cours cours d'une carrière légendaire s'étendant sur près d'un quart de siècle, elle a tracé sa propre voie révolutionnaire vers une excellence inégalée dans le softball canadien, remportant l'or aux Jeux d'été du Canada en 1969 et devenant ainsi la première athlète féminine à recevoir le prix Tom Longboat.
Little bitty history being made here today, representing the sport of softball, the sport's inaugural representation in Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. As an athlete, please welcome Oren Lyons, representing his sister, Order of Sport recipient, inductee into Canada's Sports Hall of Fame, Phyllis Bomberry. They called her Yogi.
Presenting the Order of Sport Award to Oren Lyons, brother of Phyllis Bomberry, is Trevor Haynes, Chairman and CEO of Black Diamond Group.
Good morning. My late sister, Phyllis Bomberry, or Yogi as she became known around the baseball diamonds, was a remarkable person. On a diamond, she led her teams by winning most valuable players, top batter, and led them to the Canadian Championships. Also, she had a passion for helping the less fortunate people that she encountered. She brought Christmas toys, used clothing, and food to gift to the people on Six Nations Reserve on several occasions, never looking for payment. Later, after her knee injury in 1976, she continued her involvement of softball by coaching different Toronto teams, sharing her knowledge both on the field and off. As a competitor, she led her teams to back-to-back championships more than once. She faced adversity more than once and taught her teammates to effectively deal with it head-on. She knew that if she let it go, things would only get worse. So she showed how to deal with problems so she wouldn't have to deal with it again later. So having her acknowledged by inducting her into the Canada's Sports Hall of Fame is a real honor to me and our families. The key people who supported Phyllis were Julia McCrae for the nomination, her former teammates throughout her career, the community of Six Nations and surrounding towns, as well as relatives both here and in British Columbia. Congratulations to the new Hall of Fame family of 2023 and everyone here that made this night possible. Sponsors, volunteers, and everyone who is putting sport and community together constantly. Yahweh, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ivan. And softball, baseball going back into the Olympic Games, LA 2028. Another sport is going back into the Olympic Games in Los Angeles in 2028. That is the sport of lacrosse. A visionary builder and decorated lacrosse athlete, he has spent much of his remarkable life advocating for the rights of Indigenous people in the world of sport and well beyond.
Représentant le sport de la crosse à titre de bâtisseur, veuillez maintenant accueillir avec moi Oren Lyons, récipiendaire de l'Ordre du sport et membre intronisé au Panthéon des sports canadiens.
La remise du prix de l'Ordre du sport à Oren Lyons sera effectuée par Mélanie Allaire, chef des relations avec les Autochtones chez CN.
The Order of Sports Award and the induction into this Canada National Hall of Fame is an amazing event. It's very humbling for me, but it's also quite invigorating. And I appreciate this. It's outstanding. Thank you again for this most auspicious honor and the recognition for so many years of lacrosse that I've played. In our cosmology, the game of lacrosse was played on the other side of the stars while this earth was still covered with water. And so it's part of our ceremonies, all of our ceremonies. It's a very important part. At the age of 93, I have a lot of experiences with the game. And the game is played, you know, with my family. My son Rex is played with the Haudenosaunee Nationals, and my nephew Scott, he's a fierce defenseman, and my nephew, he was also a goalkeeper, and my father was a goalkeeper, and that's what I've been doing since 1945. I played actively for about 1955, and put a lot of years in the net, and it's always been rewarding. I never expected, of course, to be standing here talking to you at this time, but I do appreciate the fact that taking the time to not only honor me, but also our fellow honorees here. And I just want to mention that the game is not a sport, as I say to us. It's much more than a sport. And I'm so glad to see it, you know, now finally in the Olympics. It's very. We had a team in 1904 that was there at that big event, and we also had a team in 1932. My dad was in the goal that time, and we were pushing, of course, for lacrosse to be in the Olympics. So it makes it. So I just want to say to all of you and to those inspiring young people out there listening and watching to try hard. Try hard, do good, be a good example for your brothers and your sisters, and take care of one another. In these times, it's so great to have a positive event. And I'm so pleased to be part of all of this, and I'm so glad that you've come here to help honor all of these very amazing athletes and people here. And just want to say thank you again, Danette.
Les prix Tom Longboat ont été créés pour souligner la contribution des Autochtones au sport canadien. Ce sont les prix les plus anciens et l'une des distinctions les plus prestigieuses pour les athlètes autochtones de notre pays.
Each year, Chantal, 2 Indigenous athletes are chosen to receive the incredible Tom Longboat Award, a male and a female. And in partnership with the Aboriginal Sports Circle and Canada's Sports Hall of Fame, the 2023 male and female recipients are as follows. Representing the sport of wrestling from Winnipeg, Manitoba, please welcome Connor Church and Chantal.
Représentant le sport des courses de bateau dragon, accueillons maintenant Trina Ross de la Nation Cri Petitclerc.
Presenting the Tom Longboat Award to Connor Church and Trina Ross are Vanessa McGregor and Krista Hodder of Aboriginal Sports Circle.
I am excited and honored to accept this prestigious award. There are so many young athletes so deserving of this award, and to be selected as the top Aboriginal female athlete in Canada is truly something. This is huge. I mean, at my age, I never thought I stood a chance against all those young, talented athletes. I want to congratulate Connor Church and to all those that had been nominated for the award. I want to thank Manitoba Aboriginal Sport and Recreation Council for nominating me, the Aboriginal Sports Circle for presenting me with this award, the Manitoba Canoe and Kayak Center coaches, and to my paddling teammates, and of course Team Canada Dragon Boat Team for giving me the opportunity of a lifetime. I am truly grateful and honored to be a part of your team. And I am happy to accept this prestigious award, not only for myself, but on behalf of all First Nations female athletes across Canada. Ekosane, thank you very much.
I'm deeply honored and humbled to accept the prestigious Tom Longboat Award. This award represents years of passion and hard work. Tom Longboat's legacy of perseverance and resilience serves as a constant inspiration for me daily. I would like to thank the Aboriginal Sports Circle, the Montreal Wrestling Club, my parents, and my community. I promise to accept this honor with grace and to continue to contribute to the spirit of sportsmanship that Tom Longboat represented. Thank you again for this incredible recognition.
L'un des plus grands athlètes des arts martiaux mixtes de tous les temps, reconnu pour sa concentration absolue, sa discipline, sa vitesse fulgurante. Il a pris sa retraite de la compétition, établissant un record UFC sans précédent. Il travaille présentement activement à la promotion des programmes anti-intimidation et bien sûr à la participation des jeunes dans le sport.
Chantal, this is absolutely fantastic, representing the sport of mixed martial arts, the sport's inaugural representation in Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. As an athlete, please welcome Order of Sport recipient, the newest inductee into Canada's Sports Hall of Fame. You know his name, Georges St-Pierre.
La remise du prix de l'Ordre du sport à Georges St-Pierre sera effectuée par Mark Ratner, vice-président principal des affaires gouvernementales et réglementaires à l'UFC.
Bonjour tout le monde, je vais faire en français et en anglais. Comme vous pouvez constater, je n'ai pas préparé de speech, je suis toujours mieux quand j'improvise. Premièrement, je tiens à remercier Canada's Sport Hall of Fame pour cet honneur qu'ils me font aujourd'hui. Pour moi, tout a commencé le jour de mon adolescence, quand j'étais chez un ami et puis on s'est mis à regarder le premier tournoi du UFC. Et je me souviens à l'époque, j'étais ceinture noire en karaté et j'ai été témoin du premier tournoi où Royce Gracie a gagné le tournoi du UFC et est devenu champion. Et c'est ce qui m'a inspiré par la suite à faire ce que j'ai fait dans ma carrière. Tout a commencé là et ça a donné un sens à ma vie. Et j'ai su qu'est-ce que je voulais faire. J'ai cru en moi et même si j'ai combattu dans l'octogone, j'étais seul. Je n'étais pas seul parce que j'avais une équipe très solide avec moi. Je tiens à remercier ma famille. Ils ont toujours été là pour me supporter. Mes amis, mes vrais amis qui sont là pour qui je suis et non seulement pour qu'est-ce que je fais. C'est très important. Et des amis, on n'en a pas une tonne. On a beaucoup de connaissances, mais des vrais amis, on peut les compter sur les doigts d'une main. Alors, je tiens à remercier ces gens-là. Je tiens à remercier aussi tous mes entraîneurs, mes mentors. J'ai eu une chance exceptionnelle de rencontrer des gens qui ont eu une influence très positive sur ma vie, sur ma carrière. Sans eux, je n'aurais jamais pu avoir le succès que j'ai eu. Mes partenaires d'entraînement qui sont donnés cœur et âme. Toute l'équipe de commanditaires, les compagnies qui m'ont supporté durant ma carrière. Aussi, je tiens à remercier le UFC, l'organisation la plus prestigieuse au monde en arts martiaux mixtes qui m'ont recruté, qui ont fait la promotion de mon brand et qui m'ont aidé à atteindre le niveau que j'ai eu. Et sans tous ces gens-là, je ne serais pas où je suis dans ma carrière et je n'aurais pas eu la notoriété que j'ai eue. Alors, merci du fond du cœur. For me, this whole journey started when I was a teenager and I witnessed the first UFC tournament that Royce Gracie won. It really inspired me and it gave a sense to where I wanted to go in life in terms of a career. Even though at the beginning it sounds crazy to most of my entourage, I had a lot of support. Yes, I fight in the octagon when I'm alone in the octagon, but I'm not alone in my whole preparation. So I have to say thank you to my family that supported me through all my career, all my friends, my real friend, because there's a lot of people around me, there's a lot of acquaintances, but I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to my friends that are there for who I am and not only for what I do. This is very important for me. Thank you to these people. Thank you to all the company that supported me through all my career. Thank you to the UFC that helps me, that promote me, that helps to promote my brand, that recruit me, that give me the tools to do what I love to do. And yeah, I think that's about it. Thank you very much for your presence today. Thank you to Canada's Sport Hall of Fame. Thank you, guys.
Way to go. Georges St-Pierre. You know, we've been talking a little bit. He's putting on a show, ladies and gentlemen. We've been talking a little bit today about sports that are re-entering the Olympic Games. Softball's going back to the Olympic Games. Phyllis Bomberry was a great softball player. Lacrosse going back to the Olympic Games. Oren Lyons representing that sport today. Flag football is going into the Olympic Games in Los Angeles in 2028. And rumor has it that an honored member of Canada's Sports Hall of Fame, one of the greatest CFL football players of all time, is coming out of retirement to play in Los Angeles in 2028. He's here today. Please recognize him. Damon Allen, right there. You're going to be fantastic, Damon. Considered one of the greatest skating duos of all time, they spent nearly a decade at the top of their sport. Unbelievable. Becoming the most decorated ice dancers in the world, winning a record-setting 5 Olympic medals, twice the Olympic champions, 3 world championships, and 8 Canadian national championships.
Représentant le sport du patinage artistique dans la catégorie athlète, c'est un plaisir, un honneur d'accueillir maintenant les récipiendaires de l'Ordre du sport et les plus récents membres à être intronisés au Panthéon des sports canadiens, Tessa Virtue et Scott Moir.
La remise de prix de l'Ordre du sport à Tessa Virtue et Scott Moir sera effectuée par Éric Lauzon, directeur des relations et partenariats avec les collectivités chez Air Canada.
Thank you to Canada's Sports Hall of Fame for this indelible honor. We'd like to extend a warm congratulations to our fellow inductees. It is a great privilege to celebrate this accomplishment with such an esteemed and respected group of athletes and community leaders. You have paved the way for generations to come, carving out legacies that have lasting and meaningful impact.
To the sponsors, board members, and volunteers who continue to put sport and community together year-round, we are so grateful for your passion and hard work. Canadian sport is enhanced because of the vision and the athlete experiences across the country from the grassroots to, from the grassroots to the Olympic podiums. We are better because of your unwavering commitment. Pick me up a bit here, T.
Well, kiddo, here we are. Who would have guessed that when we held hands in silence and skated around the perimeter of the Ilderton Skating Club 27 years ago, it would lead to a Hall of Fame induction? I'll admit, there's familiarity to this feeling, standing shoulder to shoulder at center stage while people generously bestow applause and ceremony upon us. You see, it was always just the two of us out there, yet it never felt that way.
It never felt that way because we had people like Carol Moir, Paul McIntosh, Suzanne Killing, Rebecca Babb, John Briscoe, Marina Zueva, Igor Spielban, Johnny Johns, Oleg Epstein, Mary-France Dubray, Patrice Lauzon, and Roman Hagenauer, our on-ice coaching staff. It's pretty extensive. Each of them leaving their stamp on our skating style, influencing our technique and artistry. From the glide of the blades to the emotional expression, from our approach to choreography to our pre-competition routines, and from our lowest lows to our peak performances. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your brilliance. Thank you for listening. Thank you for collaborating. Thank you for shaping us as athletes and as people. Not a day goes by that we don't apply the lessons we learned in the arena to the challenges and the opportunities that we now face in business and in coaching. What a gift to have been exposed to such inspiring thinkers, doers, and dreamers. I'm nervous.
Oh, you're doing great. you're killing it.
You're so supportive, and what a great partner. We'll get to that.
Maria Mountain, thank you for believing in us and for spending approximately 520 Sunday mornings with us in the gym over our decade-long stint together. Mary Brannigan, the team member I spent perhaps the most amount of time with, save for Scott. Thank you for going above and beyond to ensure I was always at my best. Bruce Craven, thank you for changing the way we approached sport and for introducing me to a world with less leg pain. Marnie McBean, the way you share information and uplift others is pure magic. Thank you for always making us feel seen. Thanks too for just getting it. The pressure, the doubt, the desire, the frustration, the elation, you were there for it all. And with the perfect or inspiring anecdote and metaphor to boot.
Thank you to Skate Canada, and in particular Mike Slipchuk, the main constant in our skating career, always offering support, always being in our corner. To Jamie and Scotty Livingston, Dave Campbell, I got another long list here, you can imagine the support we've had. Jamie and Scotty Livingston, Dave Campbell, JF Menard, John Flood, Ann McMillan, Kim McQueen, Chris Rosdilski, Dom Gotti, and JD Miller. We won the lottery when each of you, experts in your own fields, said yes to working with us on our lead up to 2018. Our greatest competitive advantage in Pyeongchang was our preparedness. We took the ice knowing we had the very best team guiding, protecting, and encouraging us. There is no better feeling for an athlete than that. And you know what? I have no doubt we'll be chasing that feeling for the rest of our lives.
To the Moyers and the Virtues, we can confidently group you together because we are and always will be family. Not only did you all make sacrifices of time, energy, money, and more, you also took timely steps back so that we could step into our power. You trusted us, you empowered us, and you emboldened us to soar. There's no telling just what you experienced witnessing the behind the scenes of our 22-year career and partnership, but know this, collectively, you provided the comfort of perspective, steadfast support, and humility. The foundation upon which we built a career was solid because of the part each of you played in our lives.
It seemed that our families have carried much of the burden of participating in sport. Well, we got all the fun times. They adjusted their lives, taking all their vacations and weekends to be at skating competitions, picking up the pieces of our meltdowns and the extreme lows, you know, the ones that people don't see on television, and through it all, offering us their calm love and support when logic was very far from our competitive brains. We'll be forever grateful to each and every one of you. This whole journey, this dream would not have been possible without you.
I used to get asked all the time what made Scott such a formidable athlete. As president, of the Scott Moir fan club, I could go on about his innate talent, musicality, passion, drive, commitment, work ethic, coachability. Truly, the list is so long because he is the best in every way. More than that, he's the kind of friend who always has the right thing to say, the kind of human that epitomizes generosity and kindness, and the kind of skating partner that builds you up to feel like you can conquer the world. That's the person you want on your team. And I thank my lucky stars every day. He was on mine.
Right back at you. Of course, I was pretty happy to be on Tessa's team. To be honest, it was like Yari Curry figuring out he's on the line with Wayne Gretzky. You know, you just are happy, you're counting your lucky stars that you get to front row seat to watch a genius. From her ability to move and create brilliant choreography to her athleticism and near perfect technique, she's the greatest skater that I've ever seen. Her brilliance is evident in everything she does on and off the ice. And she is ruthlessly competitive. All some of my favorite traits, but they don't come close to the fire that lit within me when we skated together. That's my favorite part. And oh man, we had a fire. Our eyes would meet on the ice and it would take us to another world. Our passion for skating and for skating with each other would ignite. And the feeling was way better than anyone, sorry to tell you this, than any spectator had ever thought that they had witnessed. Things would be moving fast, and I wouldn't understand how I could keep up to her, yet I had to. It was my end of the deal. How could she push me to be my very best without pushing me at all? How could she challenge and support me all at the same time? It was about more than just results and what we created on the ice. It was about two young people using sport to try and be the best versions of themselves for each other, and the only measurement of success was whether we had succeeded or not. It was a truly beautiful journey, and it changed the course of my life. It changed how I function as an adult, as a coach, and most importantly, it lives on with me. And the other two very important women in my life, my wife and daughter. The fabric of that relationship woven out of the same respect that was taught to me by one of my greatest teachers, my amazing dance partner.
As you can imagine, we've spent the last several months reflecting on our journey as Canadian athletes. How is it that a career can feel simultaneously like a grueling collection of hard-fought battles and also a fairy tale? How can it feel like a distant memory and also as if it were yesterday? The duality of our emotions make it difficult to fully comprehend the accolades and the achievements, but we're holding on tightly to the moments of meaning along the way. Sport has served as a universal language throughout history. It can offer hope in times of dismay. It can give love when grief is overbearing. Sport is, in reality, often a mirror that reflects back to us our values, expectations, morality, and sense of self. Sport can change a life and inspire a nation. We look around this room and feel extraordinarily optimistic about the future of Canada's sport landscape.
Thank you so much for this incredible award. We will cherish it deeply, and we relish the responsibility that comes along with it. Thank you. Congratulations.
You too.
Mesdames et messieurs, aujourd'hui marque le point culminant d'un autre chapitre incroyable dans la vie de ces individus qui reçoivent l'ordre du sport, le plus grand honneur sportif de notre pays, et sont intronisés au Panthéon des sports canadiens, rejoignant ainsi plus de 700 personnalités sportives les plus emblématiques du sport au Canada.
Ladies and gentlemen, what a group. Absolutely fantastic. And I just want to correct one thing I said, so stop that teleprompter. I said they were twice Olympic champions. They were actually 3-time Olympic champions. They led Canada to team gold in Pyeongchang in 2018 as well. And also, they were the first Canadian woman and man to carry a flag into the opening ceremony of an Olympic Games, the very first as equal partners, Tessa and Scott Moir. Presenting this group, this wonderful group, with the Order of Sport Award today has made it abundantly clear to the Canadian public that these inductees are so much more than incredibly accomplished athletes and builders. They continuously go beyond their wins, beyond their victories on the field of play. They become ambassadors. They become role models. They become educators and mentors. And the Order of Sport is a fitting tribute to their legacy.
Les célébrations d'aujourd'hui ne seraient pas possibles sans vous tous qui proposez des candidatures, appuyez le sport, l'encouragez et l'enrichissez chaque jour. À nos partenaires, nos supporters extraordinaires qui ont contribué à rendre cette célébration possible, merci.
To our presenting partner, Everest, to our long-standing partners surrounding the Tom Longboat Award, Aboriginal Sports Circle, to the UFC for helping ensure all of you tuning in via live stream had the chance to be a part of this exciting and wonderful celebration. To our partners at CN for helping bring the class of 2023's stories to life on the red carpet with these beautiful exhibits over here. To our great friends, I'm going to say it again, at CBC Sports, who will be bringing the stories to life next weekend during the inaugural Order of Sport Weekend special. And a big thank you to our official shipping and airline partners, AMJ Campbell and Air Canada, and to community champions, BMO, National Bank, Scotiabank, RBC, Dominion Securities. We got all the money covered right here. And most of all today, to this wonderful place, the Canadian Museum of History. This is the host of Canada's Museum of Sport, our Sport Hall of Fame. A big hand for all of those people who have supported us.
Un grand merci aussi aux membres des médias. Merci d'avoir augmenté la visibilité de ce groupe remarquable d'athlètes et de bâtisseurs. Votre appui est tant apprécié et il est essentiel à la reconnaissance de nos intronisés de 2023.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is it, the class of 2023.
Curling means so much to our family. Obviously, it's a big part of our life. Isabella always says that she wants to be an Olympic champion curler when she grows up, which just melts my heart. But it also has shown them that if you work hard, anything is possible. If I was to ask them if they wanted to chase a dream, they believe that anything is possible as long as they put the work in, and it's because of watching us on the ice.
Everest is here to support you in the moments that matter. Learn how at everestfuneral.ca.
La 67e remise annuelle des prix de l'Ordre du sport présentée par Everest est rendue possible grâce aux partenaires suivants. The 67th Annual Order of Sport Awards presented by Everest is brought to you by the following partners: Everest, Aboriginal Sports Circle, UFC, CBC Sports, Air Canada, AMJ Campbell. Et grâce aux champions communautaires suivants, and by these community champions. L'accès à la diffusion en continu de la 67e remise annuelle des prix de l'Ordre du sport est gracieusement présenté par l'UFC. Live stream access to the 67th Annual Order of Sport Awards has been generously provided by UFC.
It all began 30 years ago with an idea.
You are about to see something that you have never seen before.
Welcome to the Ultimate Fighting Championship world.
This is a crazy sport, ladies and gentlemen.
30 years later, it's still leading the future of sports. The Ultimate Fighting Championship. The fight has just begun.